Alright, let's dive into something that's equal parts fascinating and a little mind-blowing. Imagine traveling across continents, literally, just to see a band. Sounds extreme, right? But for thousands of BTS fans, this wasn't just a trip, it was a pilgrimage. And the destination? ARIRANG City in New York. Personally, I think this phenomenon says so much more than just fans love BTS. It's about community, identity, and how music can turn a city into a global meeting point. Let me break it down for you. Here's the hook: BTS didn't just host a concert in New York, they transformed the entire city into an immersive experience. Fans like Hassna and Djeinabou, who traveled all the way from Guinea, weren't just there for the music. For her, it was a first-time visit to New York, a first-time BTS concert, and a chance to be part of something bigger. What makes this really interesting is how BTS managed to create an event that's not just about the performance but about the experience. Customized t-shirts, Korean-inspired menus, interactive exhibits. It's like they turned New York into a BTS-themed playground. But here's the thing, this isn't just fan service. It's a strategic move to deepen the connection between the band and their fans, ARMY. And it works. Take the story of Carola and Celine, sisters from Puerto Rico. They didn't even get tickets through the initial sale, but they bought resale tickets just to be there. Why? Because for them, BTS isn't just a band, they're tied to memories, relationships, and personal growth. Carola said BTS reminds her of childhood friendships, while Celine connects the band to her bond with her sister. This raises a deeper question: how does a band become so intertwined with people's lives? In my opinion, it's because BTS's music and message go beyond entertainment. It's about self-love, resilience, and finding your place in the world. That's why fans are willing to cross oceans for them. Now, let's talk about the ARIRANG Stamp Rally. On the surface, it's a fun way for fans to explore New York while collecting stamps. But if you take a step back and think about it, it's also a clever way to turn the city into a shared experience. Fans from different cultures, languages, and backgrounds are all following the same map, literally and metaphorically. What this really suggests is that BTS isn't just a global phenomenon, they're a cultural bridge. And the fact that Bank of Hope partnered with the event, donating money for every stamp check-in, shows how this goes beyond fandom, it's about impact. What many people don't realize is how much thought goes into these activations. It's not just about selling merch or filling seats. BTS and their team understand that fans crave connection, not just to the band, but to each other. That's why ARIRANG City felt like a love letter to ARMY. It wasn't just a concert, it was a celebration of the community BTS has built. Personally, I think this is why they've managed to stay at the top for so long. They don't just make music, they create a world that fans want to be part of. Here's a detail I find fascinating: the way fans like Hassna, Carola, and Celine talk about BTS. It's not just admiration, it's gratitude. They credit BTS for motivating them, helping them grow, and even shaping their relationships. This isn't just fandom, it's emotional investment. And that's what makes BTS's impact so unique. They've turned listeners into lifelong supporters, not through marketing, but through authenticity. So, what's the bigger takeaway here? In my opinion, ARIRANG City wasn't just an event, it was a testament to the power of art to bring people together. It showed how music can transcend borders, languages, and cultures to create something truly global. But it also raises a question: can other artists replicate this? Personally, I think it's not just about the scale of the event, but the depth of the connection. BTS has spent years building a relationship with their fans, and that's what makes these moments so powerful. As we wrap up, I'll leave you with this thought: What if every artist approached their work with the same level of intentionality as BTS? Not just creating content, but building a world that fans can step into. Because at the end of the day, that's what ARIRANG City was, a world where fans could feel seen, heard, and connected. And isn't that what we all want, whether we're crossing continents or just streaming a song? Let me know what you think in the comments below.